Okay, are you ready, Martin?
What are we doing?
We're doing twists. Are you ready, old girl?
I am.
Okay, twists. Okay, so imagine if you did a massive maneuver and you released asymmetrically from a stall and you got a twist. It can happen, so you need to know sort of what to do with it. I'll give you a quick demonstration. You can have, you always would have your hands in your brakes, okay? But I've got to just get around in a twist. So I'm going to twist once and just have to break away. Woo! Okay. Come on, Jocky, get it right. With any glider, if you've been turned less than 180 degrees, the separating forces will always return you back to balanced flight. Right, so I'm going to do a twist. I'll just show you how to recover from it. So I'm going to go round once, that's it, and then I'll go round again. Now if you get a twist like that, what you do is you block it at the top. You hold the top of the risers to stop the twist anymore. See, my arms now have become the risers, so I can't twist anymore. If I was to let go of that, there's only one point of access, and I'll rotate on that, and it'll get worse and worse. So if ever you see a twist, block it straight away. If you want to steer, you can steer using the back risers or the brakes above the twist, okay? So there's no panic, don't panic. And then to kick it out, look at the way the twist is going, and then do healthy scissor kicks to get it out. And then it pops out. With high aspect ratio wings, it can be a bit more difficult to start a twist, but the principle is the same, and they're more dynamic, so you do need to be quicker to respond. Normally, what happens is you've got your brakes in your hands, it's all going wrong, the glider dives, it collapses, it rotates, and it twists. And then you've got your hands in the brakes, but they're twisted within the system. That locks it on. And if it locks your brakes on, the friction will keep the brakes at exactly where you left them, where your hands were. So if it's in a stall, it'll stay in that position. It'll slowly creep out and the stall will get more and more benign, but it'll pretty much be locked on. The friction of the risers twisting around each other keeps the brakes on, so it keeps it in a sort of hovering deep stall. That can save you sometimes. If it's locked in a stall with a twist, providing it's stable and you have the height, just kick out the twists, and as the friction gets less, the glider smoothly dives and does a perfect stall exit. But if it's locked in, then and your brakes are locked on, then you've got to go above the twist if you can, and you've got to use the back risers or the brakes to steer and slow you down. Whatever you do, keep your hands in the brakes, because when you kick out the twists again, then you've got them in your hands. So you go from there up to the back risers and you steer. So I can do steering here with back risers, doing wing overs. I've got good control with back risers, and it's good to get used to that. And then once you stabilize the wing, okay, I'll stabilize the wing, then you kick out the twist. So there are many techniques as long as you stop the twist. If the twist carries on, whoom, 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 and your brakes are completely locked, they can't do anything, and you can't get past the twist, and it's accelerating into a 360 spiral, then it's reserve time. Here's our crash test dummy Johan, low over the water, getting a fast and big twist. He looks at his options and throws his reserve quickly, which was the right decision, because with that many twists and that violent a turn, it would have taken a long time to get it out, if he could at all. But not all twists end in reserve deployments. Here we can see Johan with more height and more decision time. He's demonstrating a helicopter which he has to stall out. So he stalls it, and it dives, doesn't quite break the dive, and he now stalls it again. But then he gets a twist. So during the twist you can see it's slightly cravatted, it's going backwards, but his hand reaches up above the twist and he pulls it out, which is great, but unfortunately the momentum keeps him going round and he retwists again. Now look at this twist, there's two twists in this time, and he's using the force of his hands to rotate it back and get it into line. You can see his brake handles coming down, but as soon as it dives, it collapses again, cravats, and twists the other way. but he keeps his cool, holds onto his brakes, restalls it, settles it down, and flies away. With a tiny little cravat in the side, which he pops out with a stabilizer line, and then he flies to the beach, chewing a little bit faster than he did before. That looked horrendous, but the self-belief, correct technique and timing really saved the day.